Very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Tuesday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, tonight on the show, we will be talking about the Unity Cup. The Super Eagles will be involved. Rivalry that will be rekindled. Super Eagles of Nigeria will be up against the Black Stars of Ghana. What a day that will be when the Super Eagles take on the Black Stars of Ghana, and all that will happen tomorrow in the Unity Cup. The Super Falcons also preparing for the Women's African Cup of Nations, and we'll be talking about them on the show tonight. Currently going on is Nigeria's Mini Olympics. That's the National Sports Festival. We'll give you a piece of arm wrestling on the show tonight as well. We will also take a look at the Nigeria Premier Football League, and also at some point talk about the just concluded season in the English Premier League. So we urge you to sit back, relax, as we take you on the trip across the money-speeding world of sport. We're going to make brief stops here in Nigeria, travel abroad, go to the UK, also look at what is happening in the places where it matters most, and just let you in on the juiciest stories in the world of sports. All right, let me quickly introduce our guest in the Lagos studio. Kane Idris joins us this lovely Tuesday evening. Kane Idris, greetings to you. Thanks for finding to be with us on the show tonight.
Yeah, good to be here. Always looking forward to Tuesday, though, where we dissect sporting issues. And I'm looking at the lineup, the Unity Cup. I'm not so excited. But for every time I think about the Super Eagles, I look at where Eric Sekou, finds himself right now. Not one of the fans' favorite, and not even a favorite of himself because of our present. But I know when we start talking, we'll delve into that. Then, like you said, the Mini Olympics, so many angles for us to talk about at the National Sports Festival. Like I said, I was saying to colleagues earlier, there were some lows, but the highs are way, way more. And I'm really, really enjoying it. For the Super Falcons, better late than never. They will feel football, get back into competitive, game while we look onto the WAFCON.
All right, well, we'll do all of that. So, Kane Idris has set the tone for the discussion on the show tonight. And, of course, we'll start with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We're talking about the Unity Cup, and we'll be previewing that game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Black Stars of Ghana. Kane Idris says he's not impressed. Coach Eric Shell has been talking about the players, and he's been talking about what's going to happen in the game. And so let's just give you a bit of match details for the game. It's going to be Nigeria and Ghana. Time will be tomorrow. And, of course, the Super Eagles in your picture. While we wait to give you the match details, Kane Idris, let me simply get your thoughts. Why do you think, unlike previous occasions, a game between Nigeria and Ghana is going to be hyped up?
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, but this doesn't seem to create any spark.
Yeah. Number one, I don't know how it happened. Maybe I have not gotten some exclusive explanation. But why would you put a match in the UK when there is an English club playing a final tomorrow? A whole lot of attention on the Chelsea Betis game. You can say it's a third-tier cup. It doesn't really, but there is an English club playing on that day. Then this is not a proper competition. And also, Yemi, with what happened against Zimbabwe, Nigerians hardly want to hear a lot about the Super Eagles, except if it's the Super Eagles are to play another World Cup qualifying game where they can redeem themselves. Anything outside that seems like it's not selling. The AFCON is already, we've qualified for the AFCON, so there is no story on qualifiers for the AFCON. What Nigerians want to hear is so, right. And so. So against Ghana, yes, it's Ghana, but the recent, happenings has helped this game to not get hyped, the way it should be. Normally, if we had beaten Zimbabwe, I'm sure this game would have gotten more hype. Nigerians will want to see their Super Eagles, again. And also, look at some names that are out. The likes of Osimhen is out. Ademola,
Katie,
yeah.
we'll get to the point where we talk about the players
Okay.
that are in camp. But first, the match details, as I said earlier, Nigeria against Ghana. I'm very sure you're going to see it on your screen shortly. Nigeria, Ghana, the time, of course, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Game is going to be played. It's going to be played tomorrow. So we'll see what happens in that one. There you go, Afro-Caribbean Invitational Tournament tomorrow, Wednesday, Nigeria up against Ghana. Time is 7 p.m. So just to set the tone for the expectation for that game. Let's listen to the coach of the team. Some say even his appearance shows that he's under a lot of pressure. Let's listen to the coach of the Super Eagles, and of course, I don't know if he's still the captain of the Super Eagles, Ahmed Musa. Somebody needs to clear that up for us. But of course, he will be representing Nigeria in that invitational tournament. So let's get to hear from Ahmed Musa and Eric Shell on the show tonight.
I'm always happy whenever I get a call up. So for me, I'm very happy to be back. It's been a long time, but I don't think there's any difference. So we just wait and see the day of the game to see what is going to happen. You can see a lot of home-based team boys in the team. As you can see, like the coach, I think he watched a lot of game of the Nigeria League. So I feel very happy for them. So let's see what can happen. A lot of Nigerians are I would say they are very disappointed in the Super Eagles, but I will always call on them to just keep on supporting us because that is what we need right now. Their support will make a very impact for us.
No, we have a lot of players in Nigeria, so we need to give a chance to the lot of players to they can show us their quality. So it's difficult to me to talk about other things about the pitch, So I can tell you something. We are focused. We have a game project. We want to build a group. We want to create an identity with the game project, with the plan project. So we need to put in this team some player who can learn quickly this game project. So Unity Cup is a great moment to try some player, to try some other systems. I watch few games about the National League, and I spent my time to analyze this player, to analyze the other player. This is my job, and I think they have some quality and they deserve to have a chance. I'm sure about they can bring lots of intensity, lots of aggressivity, lots of envy to play for this jersey. I picked 10 player about 10 player of National League. 10 player. It's and I tell you, they are good player.
All right, Coach Eric Shell, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He believes there is talent in the domestic league, and he believes the players will be under pressure to express themselves, and he also believes they're capable of doing just that. In his defense, Kenny Idris, seen a few games, and of course, has called a couple of players for this game. Some will say maybe because it's off season and most of the A-listers definitely weren't going to play this game in the first place.
Yeah.
But we get the chance to see these guys, which is what we've always clamored for. Yeah. And I hope Ghana does us a favor by really playing their A team so that we can really see what our boys, for those of us who've always clamored for the inclusion of these guys, so I hope they match up well in that. But it's singing their praises to the high heavens. I hope they justify his trust
Yeah.
in them.
He said something, in that his presser. He said, I watched some NNL games. I think that thumbs up, like you said, in his defense. Most top coaches, Super Eagles coaches, will watch matches. Those ones that watch matches, it will be in the MPFL. Hardly would you hear NNL. He watch NNL. And then he talked about robust. That is another angle. That is, you have a fat squad, a squad fat enough that the moment there is an issue with somebody, one of the quick fix that you can get is the home base. No disrespect to our league, no disrespect to the home base player. They will be eager to fill in and do a yeoman's job. Sometimes there is a feeling and you're calling the guy from Rangers, you're calling the guy from Arsenal, you're calling the guy from Fulham. It might take a whole lot. The clubs will be like, we still have this to play, we still have this to play, we can't release it at this time. It brings a lot of back and forth. But in Nigeria, you're calling a Nigerian to help the Nigerian national team in a Nigerian club, in a Nigerian league. I think there will be easier access for you to do that because they'll feel, okay, you're going for a national team. While Remo Stars were chasing the league, Daniel Ogumode, they still had time to share his knowledge with the Super Eagles. So I think in that, his defense, yes, we should come to his defense. I think he sold that idea to us, and it's very, very, very nice. All of the names I've seen. Also, not just names, some notable names like Junior, like Sodiq, Papa. So these names are names we've talked about in the MPFL and want to see how they will fare, at the top stage. Then also you talked about pressure. This man is under a lot of pressure, and one of the things he can do for himself and for the country now is for every game to use that every game to make statements, whichever statement he can make with that game. And I think maybe we'll start rewriting the story.
I hope he's bold enough. I hope those players called up were players that he has seen and he intends to use. And I hope no puppets, master behind the scene pulling the. I hope so. I sincerely hope so. All right. So let me just quickly go across and to Kane Idris, we're going to reel out the names of the players currently in camp preparing for that invitation. So I'll go across now and I'll talk about it. And so the Super Eagles the players that are in London: Ahmed Musa, Simon Moses, Kelechi Iheanacho, Shemi Ajayi, Franco Yenka, Nathan Taylor, Cyril Dezes, Felix Agu, Igor Ogbu, Wilfred Ndidi, Bruno Yemiachi, Junior Arise Nunduka, Sadiq Ismaila Waliu, Ojetoye. You have Ifeanyi Oyebuchi, Papa Daniel Mustafa, Xavier Isaac, Collins Ogweze, Sikiru Alimi, Adamu Abubakar, Stanley Wabali, and Samuel Chukwueze. Those are the players in camp. Still a strong enough squad to be able to prosecute the game against Ghana. And trust me, if you know the history between Nigeria and Ghana, you don't want to cause more problems for yourself by losing to Ghana. In whatever competition, just don't lose. So lose to someone else, but not Ghana. So all the best to the Super Eagles in that tournament. Of course, you already know winning the game means you play another one. And of course, we'll see. Hopefully, they will be able to play 2 games in that one. But of course, it must be said before we leave the Super Eagles altogether, Kanye Idris, it should be a good test.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Ghana, I would have said the results shouldn't really matter the performance, but Ghana is there, so the result and the performance must combine.
Yeah, and it must combine, play well, get good result, and also the final players joined camp. Tolu Orokodere, joined late this evening, but also the teams in this competition are a good test. We're talking about Ghana because we're playing Ghana first. You win, you go ahead and play, the other team. But they are all good teams. So that's a super good test. It's not like you're playing, some team that are not good enough. So, like you have said, match play with results,
Yeah.
and I think that's what I want to see.
All right. So let's bring in Austin now, who's ready to join us. A little bit of a delay, but he's here, and he is at the venue where the game will be played. As you can see behind him, he's there to let us to situate it for us properly. Austin, thanks for making all the effort to get us a feel of where the Super Eagles are currently at.
Well, greetings to you, Yemi, and of course everyone joining us on the show. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are currently having a training session at Amwell Town Football Club in West London. If you had come to me about 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago, Wilfred Ndidi just walked by, and he said hello. I see Coach Eric Sekosheni has divided the team into two. On one side, I see Samuel Chukwueze. I see Xavier Isaac. I see Papa Daniel Mustafa. And then Stanley Wabali is going. And then just in front of me, you can see watch Sistemi Ajayi just walking by. And then they have some defenders on one side, and they're just trying to, get some tactical play going. I see Bruno Martin also. Look, it's a friendly game. But Coach Eric Sekoshela said that he wants to use these to test the quality of other players in the team. I know we've always talked about it that the Super Eagles is blessed with talent. So how can you, bring it into reckoning, particularly with the home base that we have seen in this team? I keep saying it, that we've got the quality. Maybe the answer is I said, look, I watch them. I see that they have the quality, so let's give them a chance. It's the unity club. When it's gone.
Okay.
All
right. We might have to let Austin go. We did seem to have a problem with the clarity of the audio, so we'll try to fix that. But of course, he's told us much. The players are there, as you can see from the picture. Some of the players walked by when he was talking. He had a chat with the coach, and of course, the plans ahead of that game. A lot of effort being put into him being able to get there and get us a feel of that. And Kennedy Idris, from the little Austin, was able to tell us the coach is really taking this game seriously, and he knows it's a big task.
Yeah, yeah. It needs to start rewriting, like I said. It needs to start, channeling all of our thoughts into trusting him again. I think after beating Rwanda, the trust went, to the skies. And after drawing that Zimbabwe game, it felt like it was from 100 to 0. And I think that's very, very dampening. You want everything that has to do with a boost, especially from the fans, when you're taking a new job. But that has not happened for Risiko. In fact, I really have pity for this man. You can say he took a pressured job and all of that, but how can your very first game be a competitive World Cup qualifier going away to Rwanda? You surmounted that, and then you came home thinking, I've done the hardest of the job, and then at home, it couldn't happen for you. It did the hardest part.
The one that
we feel is easier is at home, is Zimbabwe, but it didn't happen. So it needs
position in quotes.
In quotes, it needs to start, doing everything possible. I think Austin just alluded to what we've been saying in the studio. He wants to use this to get more players to be on board that he could just spring and call at any time, and then start rewriting stories for Nigerians to start trusting him again.
Austin is back with us, and he's going to give us details from the camp of the Super Eagles, of course. So, Austin, take it away. You were telling us about the conversation with the coach, what you've seen with the players, and the mood in camp.
Coach Eric Sekoshel just walked by now and we done check with him, and he said, look, he wants to use this friendly to test the quality of other players in the team. And I think that's a good opportunity. He's been talking about the quality in the Nigeria Premier Football League. He's got 10 home-based players. Yeah, I see them now. They're about wrapping up their evening session and then go back to the hotel and play Ghana tomorrow. It's the youth.
Okay, all right. When we get our ducks in a row, we'll get back to that. But Kelly Idris, I think you said the much we need to hear. It's serious business out there.
Yeah.
And I guess we just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't begin to flog a dead horse.
Like I always say, the whatever the coach shows, how serious, whether it's fear, confidence, pride, I think it eventually goes into showing, how the players execute games. You'll find sometimes it'll be like the player showed fear because the coach had put some.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think he's posing
The right
confidence
attitude.
and
All
wants
right.
to see.
So let's flip it now and talk about the women now. So let's talk about the ladies, the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I can't ladies was waxing lyrical about the ladies, about it better late than never, getting prepared for the WAFCON. Let me just go across the screen as usual. Let you in on the names in camp, then we'll discuss. The players, the Super Falcons players currently in Ijebu-Ode, and we start, of course, usual suspects, Rashida Ajibade, Michelle Alozie, Tony Payne, Francisca Odega, Maurice Olababa, Jide Rofiat, Imran, Oluwatosin, Demeyi, Olamide Bolaji, Josephine, Matthias, Sikratu Isa, Jennifer Echegidi, Rosinachi, Ohale. These are the players in camp, ready to do battle in the upcoming, games and matches. They have a friendly coming, and they're ready to use some of this to prepare themselves. So this evening, Kenny Idris, it begins in Remo, where the girls will be in training. And of course, they're preparing for the double header, the friendly against the Lionesses of Cameroon. And I mean, there's really no tougher opposition. Maybe apart from Baniana. I mean, if you really want to prepare, that's a stiff test. And it's going to give you it's going to show you the levels you need to get to. And so we'll see what happens. Again, like you said, better late than never.
Better late than never. We've had 2 windows for the women this year. The Super Falcons didn't get involved. And now, eventually, 31st, the first leg will be in 31st of this month. Second leg will be 3rd of June. 3rd of June. So already tomorrow we're expecting the concluding sets to join the camp. But these names already shows that this is a strong squad. I want to see how they will hold themselves against the Lionesses.
They'll be playing friendlies against, like we said, against the matches will be one on Saturday, one on Tuesday.
And the other on Tuesday.
And they're using that as preparation for the WAFCON that's going to take place in Morocco starting July 5. Hopefully they'll be there to the last day and they will lift the trophy. Hopefully.
I will get the tent.
All right. So let's move on the show quickly as we can. Let's talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. And of course, the curtain has fallen on the 2024-2025 season of the NPFL. And so let's quickly take a look at the results. After the results, we look at the top 4, bottom 4, the implication of all of that. All right, so I go across and talk about this. Feel free to stop me if there's something that you feel must be said about these matches, and do it quickly as much as possible. Rivers United beat Nasarawa United 2-1. Bayelsa United, Hamad, beat Remo Stars, probably not Hamad, but beat Remo Stars 3-0. The Aba Elephants losing at home to Plateau United by a long goal. Korodu City beat Abia Warriors 3-2.
I think that's where I might stop you. Rivers 2-1. Rivers beating Nasarawa 2-1. Ikorodu City beating Abia Warriors. As of the final match day, which ended this weekend, both teams still had a chance to swap places. If Abia had won and Rivers had lost, Rivers would have fallen into the CAF Confederations Cup, and Abia Warriors would have gone into the CAF Champions League. So, but Rivers United made sure if they winning, even if Abia Warriors had won, they wouldn't have usurped them. So, fantastic race for Rivers United.
Then Heartland and Aqua United, it was inconsequential as far as I was concerned.
The nonsense game.
So,
This is.
but when we talk about the bottom four, you understand what we mean.
Yeah.
And you see why Kate Idris was waving his hands like this. Not what you want to see for these two teams. All right, other results quickly as we can. In First Rivers 3SC, hammered Rangers. This is a hammering. The Flying Antelopes 5-1. Casina United beat Kwara United by a lone goal. Niger Tornadoes defeated Kano Pillars 3-2. Lobby Stars. Kano Pillars, the talk was about Rabiu Ali, the goals, some of the things that he did. Lobby Stars played a 1-1 draw with Insurance. It doesn't matter. They were already, their fate was already sealed. Then you have Economy Warriors, beating Sunshine. Very, very, very sad story for Sunshine as well. Let's quickly take a look at the table. And of course, we start with the top. Akande Idris already told you the scenario that played out. If Rivers had lost, Abia had won, they would have swapped places. Rivers didn't allow the possibility exist at all. They did their job. And of course, Korodu City, that a lot of people felt should have been in that top position. Somehow, the results of late.
If it were to be maybe 2 points between Ikorodu City and Abia Warriors, Ikorodu City would have taken Abia Warriors' place. They would have been at the continent. So Ikorodu, hold your head up high. I've said it as of March day 26 thereabout. I said whatever happens this season, Ikorodu City is the best team in this league this term. According to Kane Idris. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
The gospel
just
according
coming
to
into the league and then you're finishing this high. I think they are the top team. They are the best team.
Especially when it looked like you were in trouble after 12
matches.
match
day 12. Exactly.
All right. Bottom four is where we're going now. And you would see some teams that will play in the NNL and you're like, how did this happen? The Nassau Millionaires, Heartland, Promise Keepers, Aqua United, Akure Gunners, Sunshine Stars, Lobby Stars. There is nobody that could have been bold enough to say that these four teams.
Nobody.
Nobody. I'm yet to see that person who could say, yeah, I knew Sunshine would go down. I knew Aqua United was going to go down. I knew, well, maybe Atlant, the circumstances of the way they came.
But you know,
but even
at a point,
Atlant
looked like they were getting results.
The investment, the structure.
Aminike and all of that. At a point, they found their feet. They were getting results. Even they got some on the road and all of that. We thought it was Uhuru until reality fell again. And maybe it's just what it is. If you don't do your homework right, it might take a while. It will still come back and nick you behind.
Yes.
So,
all right.
And I think that's for Aqua United. I think same story is like the Everton story, but maybe Aqua United does not just have David Moyes to save them.
All right. Okay, so let's move on the show. We're done talking about the Nigeria Premier Football League. Well, I'm still here standing on my feet because we want to talk about the next thing after what you have on screen. And the next thing tonight is what you have behind me. A National Sports Festival as at the close of events today. This is what it looks like on the medal table. Talk about the Gateway Games 2024. In 2025, you know what I mean. It was supposed to be held last year, didn't hold. We're holding it this year, but the name didn't change. It is still Gateway 2024, just in case you're wondering why we're calling it Gateway 2024. This is the medal table, top 5 states as of today, the end of as around 7 p.m. This is what it looks like. Team Delta State, 86 gold, 53 silver, 69 bronze, a total medal haul of a 208 for Delta. And the next state, Bielsa, I think Delta deserves an apology from me because during that Niger Delta Sports Festival, I saw what Bielsa did, and I said, well, it seems there's a change of baton, the power arrangement has changed, but Delta is telling me, don't ever say that again.
Don't
say that again.
Don't try it.
So Bielsa, 56 gold, 39 silver, 49 bronze, 142. You have followed by the host, Ogun State, 49, 39, 47, 135. River State with 48 gold medals, 38 silver, 44 bronze, a total of 130. And Edo State 46, 78, 70, a total of 194. I make bold to say I don't see anybody upstaging Delta because that would mean getting 32 gold. Quickly.
And Delta won't get any.
And Delta won't get any till the end of the festival.
I think that'll be hard. Firstly, I want to say well done, a special well done to the Southerners. For every time we have games, whether it's the Youth Games, National Sports Festival, there is a way they dominate. Look at Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Edo. All these people are from the South. They are doing something spectacular, and every other part of Nigeria should start looking into them. Look at what Bayelsa is doing in recent time. And that is why, anybody could easily forgive you for making that statement that maybe powers had overturned. But another angle to my argument is I'm hoping that one day we'll get to the point where our National Sports Festival will have to do with athletes representing states that made them. Not this guy has been in Lagos all his life, this guy has been in Edo all his life, and then Kano just picks this guy.
He represents Kano this one.
Yes.
Then the next edition.
He represents.
I agree with you.
I'm hoping we'll get to that point.
All right, let's talk about a sporting event that was used as, I mean, it came in as a demonstration sport in this festival. Arm wrestling came in as a demonstration sport, and they made the sport made its debut in Ogun State. As you can see, pictures are on your screen, made its debut. And of course, the Federation obviously elated and happy that they are able to, make a presence in there. And let's just quickly take some reaction. Let's listen to the president of the Arm Wrestling Federation and get his thoughts on the debut at the National Sports Festival.
And we say thank you to National Sports Commission for allowing us to demonstrate arm wrestling. Even with our feat last year at the All-African Games, we need to bring to the Nigerian populace to understand what arm wrestling is all about. That was why we have a lot of followership by having more than 17 states who are participating. The experience has been fantastic. It's more than 10 years that we've been on this journey. But I never knew we were going to get to this level. But it's a surreal thing that to be around here and see the athletes from different states, like Edo State is just coming for the first time. And that's why we are having all this kind of enjoyment. People are coming to see what does it mean. And we're very happy that probably that it is being well accepted. Most of the new guys are giving them the run for their money, which is fantastic. Very, very fantastic. We're happy to have them around. So which means they will not be complacent. They will go back home before July and train more so that we can have the best team to represent Nigeria come July. Most of the directors have been here. Most of the commissioners have been here to see their work, and they can do well. Even from the directors from the Sport Commission have been here since yesterday and today to see how we are faring. That has been so good. It's very, very fantastic. But the only issue about them is the movement around from the hostel down to the venue. So before the end of the closing ceremony, we can improve more on that. Apart from that, it's very good experience for the athletes and even we as a federation.
All right, a very elated president of the Nigerian Arm Wrestling Federation speaking there. I mean, a lot of things going on right now at the National Sports Festival. Excitement is in the air, and everyone is happy. The host state has been commended for the level of their preparedness, and let's just say things are going good, and that's the truth of the matter. I mean, some national teams somehow find a way to be involved in this competition. There's a way they structured it so that they can compete alongside those states, especially some of the teams that need one form of preparation or the other thing for upcoming tournaments. You see teams like the Flamingos in action, played against. We're probably going to show you that clip played against
They just made it
Delta.
more expansive to accommodate a whole lot. One of the excitements in this is the sports, the youths. I would quote and unquote kids were allowed to compete and they represent states in this competition. And I think that really got me, hyped up. Where you're seeing a 12-year-old, 14-year-old represent at the National Sports Festival. Is not the National Youth Sports Festival. Is the National Sports Festival. And I think that's the way to go.
All right.
When you're screaming, catch them young, these are places you really expose them to the big stage, getting ready for international tournaments.
All right. So I guess we leave it at that for now on the National Sports Festival. Trust us, we will have more as the day go by. All right. Let's talk about celebration turned into sadness. Talking about the trophy parade celebration, Liverpool, the 20th title, and pictures on your screen showing what the celebration was turned to. Just in case if you've not been following up with the news, you can see there police have confirmed 4 people in serious condition after a car plowed into a crowd celebrating Liverpool's Premier League title on Monday evening. There's been a few updates. Suspect in custody. A lot of injuries. Even children among those injured. But the category of those that are in serious condition, these 4 individuals, I had some minds, prayers with those people. And there have been a lot of statements. The Prime Minister has spoken, Jurgen Klopp, former Liverpool stars, the mayor of the city. I mean, this is just tragic.
It's just tragic.
I can't understand. We're hearing about maybe drug inducement, terrorism ruled out. But I know as the days go by, we'll hear. But this is how it started. This is how it started until
Chaos.
Until there was a breakdown. We're hearing the individual followed an ambulance and was able to get into. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
It could have been. Seriously, I don't know. Probably it has to do with fanship. You're not happy at a certain club celebrating their hard-earned trophy, and you looked at humans
there's no
who are not
there's
no
just no
justification.
justification.
Humans who are not part of the players or part of the coaching crew, who are just celebrating, seeing their stalwarts, get the needful for them. Have in mind that Liverpool took about 30-something years to win another league title. That's everybody has.
They won a few years back. They couldn't celebrate because of COVID. So for them, it was double celebration.
It was double celebration.
They had to
I wonder,
have this.
I wonder whatever. If you're saying drug-induced, trust me, most of these things has to do with what you already have inside of you, and then the drug will help you, be bold enough to push it out there. So it's a sad one, like you have said. We wish the victims the quickest of recovery. Also the family, to be able to bear what's happening right now, and hopefully we won't hear any more of this, because there are a lot of trophy celebrations going on right now. Arsenal ladies had their trophy celebration. Liverpool still continue.
Let's just quickly take some reactions before we wrap it up on the show. Let's say some reaction to get some perspective and update with regards to this incident.
We are a city that stands together, and this will have shocked so many people in the city. Local people have already opened up their doors and provided support to those that were stranded in the city, and I think that's what we do, and that's what we're known as a very strong and resilient and supportive city.
It's quite scary to think that such thing was happening so close to you, and how, you knew nothing was going on. It's scary to think that if I was there, it's the case of wrong place at the wrong time. Like, if I was on that street a little bit earlier, could that have been me? So it's scary to think of it.
It was just a bit of a blur. We didn't get caught up in the actual incident, because we were stood here and we followed the bus along the Strand and came up the next street. But and then when we were stuck in all the fans up the next street, that's when people were running along the side street, telling them not to go down there, and then it was just police everywhere and stuff. Wasn't nice.
It's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. We were watching the videos last night, and it's just really upsetting to see.
But as the evening draws on, we're in a restaurant, you hear rumours that a van rammed into people, you hear rumours where there's been 4 deaths, 5 deaths. Woke up this morning and found out there's been 0 deaths, which I'm so happy about, and I hope it stays that way as well.
It's terrorism, do you know what I mean? But you don't know what's going on, you're thinking you don't know, but imagine what the hell was he thinking? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this if Liverpool City, whatever, Everton fans or Manchester United, doesn't matter, banter football, it's inexcusable what that person did. And mental health is a serious issue. Fine, I understand that, but you can't just justify that. Like, there's kids, there's bystanders, people should not go to a parade and end up injured, hospitalised or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You should go home, enjoy your celebrations, go to your families, go to your jobs.
All right, inexcusable, that's the word. Security operatives, Liverpool fans, in the aftermath of that event, share their mind. So we hope that, just like they said, it will stay that way. There will be no deaths. And of course, the security operatives will do their job and get to the bottom of this. And of course, with that, of course, it's a wrap on the show tonight. We do hope you've enjoyed everything. But before we go, I want to thank Kehinde Idris for his time on the show today.
Yeah, good to be here. And the last 5 for the Champions League are standing in the English Premier League. If you are not there, you are not a big boy.
Oh, all right. I thought we were going to go there, but time would not allow us. But you already know. The teams that made it. All right, that's the show tonight. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything. We'll see you again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.